All right, Superman in a phone booth. I just saw you wearing normal clothes. How'd you do that? You snap your fingers and it happens? Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, good morning. We're going to go ahead and get started. And before we get started, if you are a family member or if you came to a family member, a close friend, you're wearing a college t-shirt of one of these four guys up here and you want to come sit down here in the pit, this area is reserved for you. So if you have a chair and you want to bring it down here, you're more than welcome to do that. But first of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Ty Taylor. I'm the athletic director and head football coach here at Jefferson High School. And we want to thank you so much for being here today to celebrate these four young men at our National Signing Day ceremony for the year 2025. Before we go any further, let's give these guys a round of applause. Today is a special day for, yes, our football program and our school and even our community, but even more so for these young men, as today represents the culmination of a lot of prayers on the part of many of you in this audience today. A lot of work from parents and teachers and coaches and mentors, aunts and uncles. A lot of hard work from these guys on the practice field and the weight room. And I know for many of them, it felt like maybe today would never be here, and this dream might not ever be realized, but guys, it's here, and we're so proud of you guys. Of all the young men who decide to play high school football, only about 7% actually go on to play at the next level. So to have four guys at a signing day, and really including 5, counting Cam, out of this class, with the possibility of adding a couple more before the year's said and done, it really is extraordinary to have this many guys from a town and a school the size of ours signing on to play at the next level. And so, again, that's something that as a community and as a school that we can be very proud of. I think, I've known each one of these young men for exactly about a year now. And all of them I have a unique relationship with and have a deep appreciation for. And when I was thinking about these four guys, all of them were very different. And all of them did very different things for us on and off the football field and played important roles for us in our program. But I thought, as I was thinking about these guys, I think one of the things that I admire about all of them the most is that each one of them has dealt with and overcome some pretty steep adversity in their lives. And I think that it's definitely made them the young men that they are today. And I think they're to be commended for not only enduring, but overcoming that adversity and being stronger for it. And so, again, guys, I am extremely proud of you and want to just let you know how much you mean to me and how much I love the four of you guys. Let me go ahead and introduce them to you. For those of you who may not know all of them, first, we have Zack Hulscher, who will be signing with McMurry University today. Next, we have Chris Love, who will be signing with Fort Hays State University today. Cornell Nunn, who will be signing with Kilgore College. And and then Devonte Marshall, who will be signing with Missouri Southern State University. I do again want to, first of all, recognize their teammates. So if you're a teammate of these guys, you can either stand. If you're standing, wave your hand. You guys go ahead and stand up so we can recognize you guys. Also, our coaching staff, they're mostly over here, and I want to thank them for being here today. We talked about this with Cam signing, but it really doesn't get old to talk about it, I guess, about the season that these guys helped us have this past year, the best one this community's seen in the last 20 years. These guys were the cornerstone. And when we've been out to clinics and gone out to powerlifting meets or different things where we're talking with coaches and everyone wants to know, how we were able to do what we do. And I always say it's these guys right here. We have 17 seniors, and each one of them played a huge integral part of our team's success this year. And so with these guys' help, we were able to be undefeated district champs, win 12 straight wins, and advance to the third round of the playoffs. And even coming out today, there's even, these guys have got several individual awards, even, again, being added to that today with Chris and Devonte both being named All-East Texas, which will come out later on today. But 3 of these guys being named second team All-State. And then, of course, all 4 of them being all-district players. So, again, I just want to highlight these unbelievable accomplishments by these guys and also by their teammates and coaches. I want to, today doesn't just happen. We can't just snap our fingers and all of this stuff just shows up and gets here. There's a lot of planning and pulling together by parents and by teachers and community members. And so I want to thank everyone who had a hand in making today possible. These tables look awesome, and so that's a huge shout out to these guys' families, and also just a testament to how much they love you and care about you. All these people here that you are here supporting these guys. Again, another testament to how much you guys appreciate them, and also how much you don't want to be in your third period class. I do want to thank our booster club, Carrie Schwartz, specifically for taking care of these custom cookies that these guys made. I tried to convince them that I made them last night after the basketball game, but they weren't having it. But they are awesome looking, and I'm sure they taste great. So I just want to thank our booster club as well for providing those for this special occasion. Again, I want to thank the athletes, our teachers, administrators, Little League coaches, junior high and high school coaches, and just members of the Jefferson community for always supporting these young men and shaping them into the young men that they are today. We're going to go, and I'll kind of tell you how today's going to go. We'll go in alphabetical order here and talk about these guys really quick, and you can take some pictures with them. But then at the end of this thing, we're going to have scheduled pictures. So everybody, you're going to get plenty of opportunities to get pictures at your table, up here, with different combinations of people, all of those things. And so, but we're going to start off by just recognizing the guys individually first, if my slideshow operator doesn't screw things up for us. What's the deal? Did it die? Let's see. Okay. All right. I should have warned those who are squeamish or have women and children present to brace themselves for this first picture. Just kidding, Zack. Zack was one of the first people that I met when I got here. In fact, one of the first times I really had a conversation with him was where everybody has conversations in Jefferson, and that's at the Brookshires. It was like the second or third day I was here, and he was talking to me, and he said, "Coach, I can't wait for tomorrow." And I said, "What's tomorrow?" Well, it's Monday. Well, what's that? Well, we're working out. Okay. Well, I can't wait either. And since then, he's always been extremely optimistic and positive and always has a smile on his face. And I just really appreciate that about Zack, and I'm so proud. I remember when he got this offer from McMurry this past spring, how cool that was of a moment for him and for us as a coaching staff to witness that. So I'm going to have Coach Kevin Reeves, our offensive line coach and strength and conditioning coordinator, come up here and give a few remarks about Zack.
All right, there we go. Same with what Coach Taylor said. First time I met Zack was walking in a weight room for powerlifting. And to walk in and see a dude like that, ready to rock and roll in the weight room, ready to throw big weight around, makes an offensive line coach feel really good. It's very unique to have as many big dudes as we had on the offensive line, and to have two guys going to sign at the next level, playing at this level, is a very special thing. When these two guys are standing next to each other, it's a really pretty scene, and it's a scary scene for the people on the other side of the line. But to single out Zack here in this moment, he is a special person, a very unique person. He's a very loving person. He's not a mean dude until he needs to be. And that's a special quality that a lot of linemen have. They're very protective men. And you can't play offensive line if you're not a protector. You can't just be a mean dude and play offensive line. There has to be some heart inside of you. And Zack definitely is a guy who has a tremendous heart. I know at this next level he's going to take that and expand on it. His family has done an incredible job of raising him and keeping him grounded. He's a very humble dude. And it's just a special thing to get to coach a man like that. And I'm a very emotional person on both ends of the spectrum. So, whenever I start talking about it, he's going to be a tough dude to replace in all aspects, not just as a blocker, but just as a friend, as someone that I can hang out with, that I can confide in, that I can talk to, and that will step up and be a leader. And it's going to be really, really fun to follow him at this next level. So, Zack, I appreciate everything that we went through, brother. I love you, man.
I'm also giving/forcing these guys, some of them, the opportunity to get up here and say at least even just a few words of thanks. Anytime that y'all don't use, we'll give it to Chris because we know he'll use all of it and more. So, Zack, I'll let you have an opportunity to come up here and say thank you.
Man, it's been a heck of a season, but first and foremost, I want to thank my 4 years of high school to God. He's helped me through thick and thin. And then also, I want to thank all the people at my table over there. They've been by me every step of the way. It's been a rough couple of years, but hey, I've managed to come through it. And then to have an impeccable coaching staff to come in and lead us to 12-1 final football record is the best senior season I ever could have asked for. Thank you, coaches.
Okay. Next is a man who needs no introduction, and that is Chris Love. And I could say a lot about Chris, but I know that everybody, again, we're going to stay on schedule, and so everybody can get back to the regular scheduled day here as soon as we can. But Chris is, if you were to rank favorite people in my household, I rank somewhere behind our dog and Chris. My two boys and even my daughter and even my wife all enjoy being around Chris. And I think everybody who knows him and who is around him says the same thing. It's because he has an infectious personality and smile. He has the ability to light up a room when he's in it. And he has been a huge blessing to me and my family in this past year. Chris has conquered a lot of fears in the last week. Gotten on the plane for a first time. And went out of state, went to a state that probably many of us, if I asked you where it is on a map, you may not be able to tell me, in Kansas, and has really just overcome a lot of those fears and doubts that accompany a young man in this stage of his life, and so I'm super proud of him. We were talking about this yesterday. When I first got here, I knew Chris would be able to go catch a ball, but I didn't know he'd be that explosive on and off the field for us as he turned out to be. And so we're going to miss him, obviously, as a player, but also even more so as a person and as a leader. And so I'm going to turn it over to Coach Johnson and let him talk a little bit about Chris today.
It's kind of bittersweet today, sitting here watching Chris sign today. Don't get me wrong, I'm super proud of Chris, and I'm excited for his new journey. His new chapter in his life. But it's just hard because Chris has just been such a key player on the football and the basketball team that I just know how hard it's going to be to replace him. And when I say replace him, I'm just not talking about his talent, and believe me, Chris is plenty talented. I know y'all see him play the game and everything, and y'all see how talented he is, but Chris does something in practice just about every day that I can't believe. And I say all that to say, but with that talent, Chris is also one of the most humble, hard-working kids I've been around. He's also always got a positive word to say, always trying to speak life into his teammates, and I just really appreciate him for that. And I just say all that to say, on and off the field, I know that Fort Hays is getting a heck of a young man, and I'm just super proud of you, Chris. And, I know the other receivers from the receivers room, they feel the same way. We're going to miss you, man. Yeah.
All right, Chris, you ready? Okay, come on up.
Man, I was not trying to cry. First and foremost, man, I want to thank God. It's amazing that I'm here right now. I was literally watching my childhood friend sign. All four of us here right now. It's a blessing. Everybody here supporting us. It's nothing but smiles and joy here. It's a blessing. Wow, bro, I'm here right now in the moment, in the midst of everything. And I'm loving it, and I appreciate it. I appreciate my coaches. They taught me so much to be a young man. It's just crazy. So I'm just thankful for everybody that's here right now, because I'm here, wow. Look where we at, bro. It's crazy, man. I love all y'all, bro. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming out.
Okay, next up is Devonte Marshall, and I tell people this story all the time, and I think Devonte's heard it. But the first time that I saw Jefferson kids, or these Jefferson kids, I was at Pleasant Grove, and it was Thanksgiving last year, and we were practicing football, and Pleasant Grove came up. And Jefferson came up, the basketball team came up and beat up on our JV because most of our basketball kids were still playing football. And it was the JV. No, I'm just kidding. But I walked in that gym. Some of the coaches said, "Hey, go check out those kids those Jefferson kids in the gym." And I walked in, and I see all these guys, but then I see this offensive tackle / defensive tackle running up and down the court and posting people up. And I thought, oh my goodness, that's unbelievable. And so then, of course, the rest, and this position came open, and fortunately was able to be here. But, since then, Devonte and I have gotten to know each other a lot and had some super meaningful discussions and talks. And I can say that without a doubt, one of our core values is growth. And we put a premium on growing and guys growing as young men. And there's no doubt that Devonte has grown tremendously within the last 12 months. And that's been super rewarding to witness and experience, even more so than the success on the field, is just watching him grow and mature as a young man. And to hear him talk about the decisions he's making, it comes from a place of, it seems like he's got a really good head on his shoulders. Of course, he's got a great support system. And so I'm super proud of him. Again, it's a scary thing to go sign on to go to a school that's 6 hours away in a different state. But he's embraced that and not shied away from it, so I'm really proud of him. So, again, I'm going to have Coach Reeves come up, and his offensive line coach, and give a few comments on Devonte.
Again, like I said before, to have two and to get to stand up here twice is an incredible thing, and not something that happens very often at the high school level, to have two linemen of that stature. Coach Taylor and I come from the same background as far as what we've set in place here. And that's the first thing I thought of whenever I knew I was going to talk about Devonte. And our core values, relationships, growth, belief, discipline, all of those things, when I first met Devonte, we did not have those things going between us. And throughout our relationship building, throughout the season, I watched a tremendous amount of growth in this young man. I watched a tremendous amount of belief, incredible belief, take hold of this young man. The first time I tried to really get him on my level of being violent as an offensive lineman, I gave him everything I could with two palms to his chest and hit him as hard as I could and told him, bring it back. And he wouldn't do it. And still to this day, he still hasn't hit me back. Maybe one day I'll get him to hit me back, but he won't do it. And that's how much respect he showed me, that he said, Coach, I'm never going to hit you. I'm never going to hit you. He did take that, though, and turn it on the defensive guys. He got fired up in that moment. The belief that this guy has developed in himself, it's going to be something special at the next level. He was just getting started, in my opinion, in the last 2 to 3 games of the season as we rolled into those playoffs. What he's going to do at the next level is going to be something special. As Coach said, this dude can move. He was one of our pulling guards, and whenever he pulls, it's a beautiful sight to see a big man like that run. There's going to be running backs that fall in love with this guy just the same as our running backs have done, our quarterbacks have done. He's a protector, just as I said of Zack, a very protective man, a very loving man. And as I said before, you cannot play offensive line without having a loving heart. You have to be a protector of men. So with that, man, I love you, brother. I know you're going to do big things. All right.
Okay. Next up, we have Cornell Nunn. And again, just a few things about Cornell. Got to go spend, he was one of the first home visits that I made when I got here. Talked with him and his dad in Santana. I got here last year. And also one of the things that struck me immediately about Cornell is how polite he was to my family, to my wife when he came over to the house. Extremely polite and thankful. And I know that's something that stuck out to my own wife, because she said, after all the boys left, she said, I can't remember any of their names except Cornell, because he was the most polite. He even offered to help clean up the kitchen. And so that's the kind of heart that Cornell has, and the love that he has for other people. And again, we talked about adversity and overcoming things. Cornell's had to do that, and we've grown and overcome some things in our relationship. But I'm super proud of him, because at the end of the day, he was able to learn from that and grow from that and really put together an unbelievable senior year. And I think what we all see in Cornell is unbelievable potential that perhaps sometimes he doesn't even see in himself. And so I'm really proud that he has this opportunity to go and showcase his talents and his abilities at the next level in a really great school just up the road at Kilgore, where we already have a couple Jefferson Bulldogs there waiting on him. And so, again, very proud of you, Cornell. And I'm going to turn it over to our defensive coordinator, Coach Kimball, and let him talk to you a little bit about Cornell as well.
Thank you. Cornell is he's one of those guys that is very unique to our program and our team, and he has been the entire year. He's been a guy that's played, I know for a fact, about 4 different positions on defense. And he's going to be a guy that's very hard to replace. He's a guy that is very coachable and a very loving kid. And he's a great kid to have on your team. He's a great kid to be around. And that's a testament to mom and dad. And I know Coach Taylor has referred to this, and this is a great opportunity for all these young men, and it's a great opportunity for him to be able to go on and further his career and further his journey in life. And so we always talk about value, and Cornell adds a lot of value to any team that he plays on. And so that again, that's a testament to mom and dad, and that's a testament to your family. And we just hope that in the future, we have more guys like you. And so we all love you, and we wish you the best. God bless.
Okay, I messed up in our programming here. I cut Devonte out, and he was, of all 4 of them, was the one who said, "Coach, please let me talk. I have something to say." And so, anyway, we're going to let him give him a couple more minutes to get his thoughts together. Cornell, I'll let you come on up and thank everybody.
Hey, how y'all doing? First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for the ability and talent He led me to play the game of football. I want to thank all the coaches and my family for coming out and supporting me. I know the journey has been a roller coaster, but I appreciate every one of y'all for patience and time. Patience and time that y'all gave me. And I want to thank y'all. I appreciate it.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out here today to support all 4 of us. But most importantly, I want to thank my family and my coaches for helping me through this process. And God bless y'all.
Hey, communications major, maybe? Okay. All right. Hey, you've been holding out on us. Okay, that's going to conclude this portion of our sign day ceremony. Here in a second, these guys are going to sign their ceremonious scholarship papers. These really have no bearing, so it doesn't really matter where you sign, guys, but your official stuff's either already been signed or it's in my inbox. Cornell, we need to sign it after this is over. So I'll give you a chance to take some pictures of them doing that. But here's how this will work. We're gonna leave you guys here first. We'll put that graphic, that first graphic up, and we're gonna get pictures with the coaches and the team first, just so that we can get them out of here when the bell rings, because they need to go to athletics. All right. Then after that, we'll get other groups people who want to get pictures with all 4 of them. Okay, and then after that, we'll go in our numerical or our alphabetical order. Zack, Devonte, Chris, and Cornell. We'll take pictures up here with their signing stuff, with family looking on, whatever. While they're doing that, these other guys can go to their tables, and whoever wants to take pictures at their table can do that. And then as these guys get done, we'll kind of rotate other people in, so everybody gets pictures in different spots and different people. So if there's students out there that want to get a picture, you can. Other than that, if you're not getting pictures with these guys, you can go to your Bulldog block, or come tell these guys congratulations. But other than that, we are through with the speaking portion of this. Let's give these guys one more round of applause. Okay, guys, if you'll pick your pens up and start signing, and everybody can come get pictures if you want of these 4 guys. Okay, let's get football players, teammates come stand behind these guys and coaches.
Now I got As soon as they're finished, I need to grab them so I can go to my class.
Chris, put the camera on picture.